Hello, today I'm going to be showing you around the web application Theurgy. What we have done in this iteration of the application is go ahead and implement JavaScript. We're using jQuery, we're using Ajax. I've added some logic on the back end to have the controllers respond to HTML or JSON requests, return JSON if the request comes in as JSON, and then use that information or use that response, that responding JSON, to render the resources directly, dynamically into the DOM. So first we'll show that this is the home page before you've logged in. If you go to treatments, you can see that it fires a get request to the Rails API backend, which then returns JSON, and then you will see that it's loading this index here, and that's dynamically rendered. If you click on an individual treatment link, again, it sends a get request, this time to an individual show page, and then that is added into the DOM. Once you log in, there are a couple more features available. If we go to an existing patient, we can add treatments here, and when we assign a treatment using this form, we've hijacked the assigned treatment click event when we submit this form. So you'll see that it actually submits a post request. The post request gets handled by the controller and on the back end, and it's actually returning JSON. We are using that JSON to create a therapy object, and then that's being rendered here dynamically in the DOM. We also have the ability to add a new patient. If we add some symptoms and diagnoses here, when we click create patient, we've done a similar thing. We've hijacked this form submission, and rather than doing a full page refresh, it's going to submit a post request. The response is then handled, and what we get here is a nice patient preview. We've also added some logic on the back end so that we add a patient, and if you don't add any symptoms or diagnoses, there's some custom comments here letting the individual know, or the user know, that there's no symptoms or diagnoses associated with that patient at the time of creation. And to demonstrate that these are objects that are persisted in the database, despite the fact that we're using some real-time rendering, is you can go into the standard user's profile, in this case it's standard user, and you can see that these new patients here have been created. You can still delete the patients, view the patients. That hasn't changed. Those do require page refreshes at this point, but future iterations might have those also rendering in the DOM using JavaScript and jQuery, Ajax requests, and so forth.